All right, we are doing questions from you guys today. Questions from Twitter. What do we got?
All right. How many shows have you played and how much money have you saved from them?
Thousands and hundreds. Made hundreds. Saved hundreds.
Hundreds. All right. Most shots you've
Is that it?
ever...
I don't want to do any more questions.
No,
They're
we
going to
got,
be tough.
we have a lot more. Most shots you've ever done in one setting?
Well, 18. I know that doesn't sound that great, but that's most. I had friends, Danny and Ryan, they both did like, on their 21st birthday, they both did 21. They made it. And then they passed out straight on your face. That's what I did when I did 18. And I didn't do that. I did 18 when I was like 25 or something. When I was 21, I think I only did like 10. Because your friends, they buy you all these nasty shots with cake and ice cream in them, and you're already drunk when you get to the bar at midnight, so it's like, no.
Nope. All right. Where were you born?
Well, I was born in a small town in Texas, but I'm not going to say their name because they don't even have they don't have a birthplace of Tate Chasers there. So yeah, Springtown, I'm not even going to mention your name.
Don't mention them. Best bandmate you've ever had?
Best bandmate. Well, I've had a lot. See, what I do is people think I'm an asshole for what I do, but at the end of every tour, I fire everybody because it's such, not because I'm an asshole, just because it's such an adventure, and I want so many people to do this, have a chance to go and tour with me. So it's like, every year, every tour, it's a different set of people, and maybe I am an asshole.
So I'm fired.
Well, I was about to say I'm an asshole because I don't have to pay him when we're not touring. Otherwise, I'd be paying the same guys all the time for like 20 years. No, this is much cheaper.
All right. Favorite TV show?
Well, that's Game of Thrones right behind me. People don't. It's kind of funny that some people out there haven't watched it. All you got to do is watch the first episode. Everything's in the first episode to set you up. But the great thing about Game of Thrones is there's no rules to it. So it's a show without rules.
I like it.
So first episode, and then you'll be addicted for life.
Mm-hmm. Favorite entertainer?
Me.
Should have known.
I mean, there's a bunch of people out there, but I've got to think that other entertainers probably pick themselves too. It's like, not only do I entertain, fans, friends, whatever. I mean, you try and entertain your friends first, because they're always the most important. Family, yeah. But it's really about entertaining yourself. So yeah, I'm going with me.
All right. Who is the best rock band of all time?
Coldplay. No. Well, I mean, it could be. I love that question. That's one of my favorites to ask people. Obviously, it's Zeppelin, but there's so many great answers. Beatles, Stones, The Who, and then it's really like I ask that to people all the time because it's like there's actually like 50 great rock bands that would actually work for an answer there.
All right. Why?
Like Coldplay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Why don't you do interviews?
Well, I'm kind of doing an interview right now. I
What?
got kicked off a few shows back in the good old days, so now it's just like, why listen to other people? I can just talk. No rules. I can just keep on talking.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'll keep it under 5 minutes for you people out there.
All right. Why don't you open for Luke Bryan or any other country superstars?
Yeah, that wouldn't work. So for you people out there who know my music, it just doesn't. You can't have me playing before them. It would tear up their audience. It just wouldn't work. But they could play for me. They could come up and Luke or Dirk's come up and open for me for like 40 minutes and don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Carrie, Miranda, Thomas Rhett. I listen to that stuff every day, but there's no way I could open up for them. They can open up for me, play for like 30 minutes. I'll sit front row, sing along, I love it, and then I'll get up on stage and just blow them away. Won't even be close.
All right. Last question. When are you coming back to California?
Before I get to California, On the other topic, there's the last person I opened up for was Johnny Stash, and it only took a couple months, and then I was like, I think I was like 22, 23 at the time, and we started blowing him away. And it was Johnny Stash. This was like 2003, something like that. He was huge. So he started sabotaging our show. He would he'd get the drummer drunk, he'd give the bass player acid, he'd cut chords while we're performing, and we just looked like candy-ass amateurs up there on stage and fall apart. But he had to do it.
Sabotage or a good time?
Yeah, he sabotaged it. It was pretty cool. It's pretty funny now. Back then, it was a nightmare. You said something about California?
Just when you coming back?
Well, Callie, I do love the desert. I was there not too long ago. I was in Bishop, California, and we were on some camping grounds, national forest, something like that. And so it got kind of cold that night. So I decided, let's light a little fire, and I find this little pine tree. It looked like it was dying. So I cut it up with a chainsaw and made a nice little fire, and the smoke was hypnotic. We got stoned immaculate, I think, off that little pine tree. So anyways, the ranger shows up in the morning, and he's looking at us, and we're all naked, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, great. Keep staring. Whatever. And he's about to cry. And he goes, do you realize what you just burnt? You just burnt a Bristol cone. That thing is 5,000 years old. So, they sent me a fine. It's like $5,000. They also want me to go to court, but I'll pay the fine, but I ain't going to court.
Yeah.
And so 5,000 years, it's so cool. That tree, it went through so much. Were dinosaurs around that long ago? I don't know. But it went through mudslides, fires, all that stuff, and it just sat there and waited for me to come along and burn it and put it out of its misery, because it already looked dead.
Destiny.
So don't burn your Bristol cones. I already did one.
Yep. $1,000 fine per year. All right.
So yeah, California's just another place that I'm not welcome. So my name's Tate Chasers, and I'll be back in Cali soon. See you guys there.